Chelsea Mosaic Davis of Promise for Purity LLC, and I want to share something that greatly encouraged me during my quiet time with God this morning. So my dance instructor gave us Psalms 4:8 to meditate on this week. And as I continued my Bible reading, the Lord led me to John, the 13th chapter, verse 7. As I reflected on these two scriptures together, they ministered to me in such a beautiful way. Psalms 4:8 says, I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me to dwell in safety. And then in John 13:7, Jesus says, what I do thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. It dawned on me that these two scriptures are very much so connected. So often we struggle because, we want to understand what God is doing before we can rest. We want answers. We want clarity. We want to know when the breakthrough is coming, when the prayer will be answered, or why God hasn't moved yet. But Jesus reminds us that we won't always understand what He is doing in that moment. Sometimes understanding comes much later. But until then, God is inviting us to trust Him. That's where Psalms 4:8 becomes so powerful. It teaches us to rest, not because everything makes sense, because it doesn't always make sense, but because God is trustworthy. I realize that peace doesn't come from having every question answered. Peace comes from trusting God's heart when we can't yet see His hand. If you're in a season of waiting, don't let the delay convince you that God isn't present. He is always working behind the scenes, arranging things according to His perfect will and His perfect timing. Today, choose peace over panic. Choose trust over fear. Choose to rest in the God who already knows the end from the beginning. You may not understand right now what He's doing, but Jesus does know what He's doing. And Jesus says, thou shalt know hereafter. Until then, rest in His promises and trust His timing. That concludes my session of sharing what I learned today in this morning's reading. I hope that this has encouraged you as much as it encouraged me. Have a great day. Bye.